Is a blogger who is not famous yet in the blogging world because I'm a gamer and a heart-filled gamer. I like to feel hearts. I like to feel the hearts in the gamer. Something we've yet to see in a strategy long time do over base, where hearts is not really my strong either because yes, I love a good, loving, touching story, but there's something about gaming. People assume it's a dark and chaotic world, which I've explored on so many levels. Yes, it is a dark and scary world, which is chaotic on so many levels, which is why I'm going to go into more detail. Because in my gaming experience of the world that I live in now, a real world, which is more scary than ever, I have felt more pleasing thoughts of this. Being a Pokemon fan and fans in the past of video games, I'm now trying to enter a world of gaming where it's like gamers need a new quest, a new idea. We're starting to lose the idea of games where it's like, oh my gosh, really is the story so hard anymore? Because what is the story we haven't used? I mean, there's so many of them. Yes, I've seen like I can go forever on this, so maybe you want me to try a different topic, because gaming is always a favorite of mine, so trying to escape the gaming world as a topic is the hardest thing because, well, I've never been able to escape it truly as a person. It's always something that's made me stronger, so if you want me to get off the gaming topic, give me some topics, you know? I'm really a fan of gaming, and if you're a game fan, I really would like you to check out my channel. Well, it's not a channel yet, it's really discovering this new kind of like art. I've never been able to really read, or my speech has been so many broken on so many levels because I had a speech problem. My childhood, entering my childhood is, I will not go into the details of my childhood where it would scare you or enter a world of darkness, because that's where most games enter, a world of darkness that has no end. Entering that idea where gaming was never the first choice for me, because think about it, I was usually put into an experience where it was never gaming was my options, because my first experience was with TV, which is experience I'll never really truly let go of. TV and cartoons alone, which cartoons, assuming that I was a kid, we thought I started in the 90s, which yes, I did start in a 90s cartoon perspective, but there's so much more. I'm losing my voice now, but let's face it, I'm losing my voice, but I'm by far a weak person in these departments. What I'm looking for is strategists, gamers, people who stick out beyond gamers, people who have been almost bullied in these communities, where it's like we are people who've never been accepted in the crowds. We've been beat up, we've been put out of them, and not for the obvious reasons. I'm not a person that bring in, okay, here's my touchiest subject, I'm not going to enter for something, so I've never done a top 5, never explored those areas where would my top 5 begin? I mean, where would a top 5 in my book of gaming or the world of, let's do it. Let's do a top 5, trial and error. If it has to be a game, I can't do franchises right now because franchises are never been an issue in my book. I loved all of them. There's never been a franchise I didn't stray away from. It's just that some are more confusing than others. One that I've always been able to relate to on many levels is Pokemon. It's weird of all. I've never seen anyone just use these channels for a wrestling one. I mean, yeah, we've had people use wrestling channels, but wrestling was a world that nobody could ever master, and people have, but think of it this way, how many people have gone to a wrestling world and just failed completely in the first try? That's why I use wrestling as an example, because most of my examples began with combat. I was a person who was bullied on many reasons. I love the WWE, how they're doing it now with bullying, because they're not allowing it anymore, which is so much pleasing to me. Bullying is starting to be eliminated for good, but we do not need to get rid of bullying. We just need to kind of make it where it's not even a game anymore. It's more or less bullying. Okay, we need a bullier because we need the antagonizer. We need someone to make us stronger, right? think of that bullying never existed. You would never reach quite to the levels of anger. Well, I reached a part in my life where anger wasn't an option anymore. I've reached a part in my life. I'm 28 now. A new life experience of gaming where gaming really fell apart for me because I've been in places where you were separated from games. You were separated from the life of games. This is more of a, almost like a feeling where gaming was one of those things that could take me from those experiences. It was a very rare option where I've been in places where they just made it an option completely. I mean, assuming that home was the only place for that. Thank God I'm finally home for the good reasons, more than less, but Eric Clark is reaching a time of his life where it's EC, and he wants help from a community that helped him in the first place to get to where he is. The gaming community. Gaming where it was like friendly and fun, but I've never found friendly and fun always in gaming because sometimes they're dark and unique worlds. But now I'm not gonna bore you with something that you already know. Now it's time for something new in the Gary Clark speech. I'm really starting to slow down because I don't know where to go with this. I'm starting to lose focus. So here we go. Gaming is an experience that I will not get off of because it's kind of hard. I've been a gamer since day one. I was put into it for various reasons. Okay, here we go. Confusion and pretty much the only part where gaming. Medicine was one of those things. I have those issues because I have some of those departments where I have mental. People assume me as someone who needed help with that department, mental health. I am a patient of mental health, but I am not a victim of it. I will never be a victim of it. I am a recoverer. Medication, yes, I do require it. It does help me. Here's where it is. Medicine is the most important part of video games. Do you understand? If we discovered it in a video game, just imagine what we did if we discovered it in real life. Medicine is the most important part of video games because there's never been a medicine that we've been able to take where it just heals us right off the piece. We've always felt like, why do we always have a spiritual approach? Which is not really, yes, I'm a faith person. I have my faith. I'm not rejecting anybody's faith. I do not reject anybody's spiritual boundaries or trials. I want to see everybody reach their spiritual goals, but the thing is, some of our spiritual goals and healing is not the same. If you assume that we're always rejecting each other, and bullies were the part where, what if there was a bully in the healing factor? I mean, come on. Imagine all the superheroes, or even characters in video games, that use a healing factor. What if we eliminated that completely? A healing factor. Humans really are the generators of healing factors. So, proceeding, I'm going to use a Hulk in this because that is the perfect person for this story. This is very where I'm going with this story because Hulk was always a character that stood out for me in any Marvel character. If you notice why I'm choosing this character, because he's linked to most of the universes. But there'll be somewhere where Hulk has been not introduced, which I thought would be an interesting toll on Hulk. We've never seen him using in fantasy because, well, he's been in the Asgards, and I'm not too familiar because I'm not comics, or really not my stronghold right now. I'm fans of comics, but I love them, but okay, comics is more of a stranger world because I'm more of a Deadpool kind of guy, okay? A guy that really had no rules or boundaries. He just, somehow got a real bad, which was disease, led him to where his powers began. Where Bruce Banner, it wasn't disease, it was, most people who wanted to solve something. Where Deadpool was a guy who really had a problem. He was going good in his life, he just wanted to change. Assuming that I'm not really familiar, because I think comics, again, I'm not the story kind of a guy, because okay, Rainy has entered another one. I love you. He is kind of like the person that wakes me up in these experiences. I love you. Well, if you want a bird experience on this, well, okay. Birds are kind of my favorite creatures because think of what you see when it comes out of the light. Most of the perceiving of spiritual realms, we perceive of a bird or something like a fly. Now, I've mentioned in most of my videos that birds are not my favorite things. I never saw myself flying because that would be me exiting the world. Well, we're in tiles. I will end this video because I'm starting to feel that Rainy needs some rest, and we need rest. So, this is my last video for tonight. Please enjoy the new experience. Eric Clark begins.